Phone just definitely just did something crazy, but it's okay. Oh, I think somebody texted me though. Let's see. Hold on. Okay. Okay. Hold on. All right, guys. Hello. Welcome back to my channel. I am Intuitive Mom. Okay, and we are going to do I said week 3. We're going to do lesson 3. I'm put week 3 on my paper. Really, it's lesson 3. I'm following along with I don't know who he is. I was looking for the DEVÜ Purana, which is a holy book about the Divine Mother Shakti, right? And her manifestations, her scriptures, and each DEVÜ, each goddess, like Vishnu has a Purana, Brahma has a Purana. I think it's like 18 of them. It's actually more than 18, but to our knowledge, it's only 18, right? But I was following along with that, so I'm on week 3. Because, you know, it's very important to study. It's very important to study. And we are in the Kali Yuga age where, you know, God has already said, our divine has already said that during the Kali Yuga, a lot of holy scriptures, holy words, vows, a lot of it is lost. Okay, just religion in itself is lost. Okay, the following of God and going against God's course is really lost in this age, right? And during the Kali Yuga, and this is why we have so much. This is why we have so many fights and everything amongst us. Hello. This is why we have so many fights amongst us when it comes to religious debates, how we're supposed to be living, what we're supposed to be doing. All right, only put English on my page. Okay, anybody coming with spam, I'm going to remove it. All right, make sure y'all like the video. It helps the algorithm. Okay, it helps what you're seeing. It helps, you know, other people to see my video as well too. So please like the video if you're here. All right. Okay, so we are in the Kali Yuga age. We are in the Kali Yuga age where and it's gonna last for a long time. Okay, I remember I was in the Spiritual Academy, I believe it was. It was Spiritual Ascension University. I'm saying Academy. Spiritual Ascension University. Apollo, come out of my kitchen. Now. Lay down. Right. I was in the Spiritual Ascension University, and there we have like a board where we would talk, a community board, should I say. It was a community board, and we would talk amongst each other. And I remember everybody was like going crazy, not on the community board, but like really on the internet. They're like, oh, it's the end of Kali Yuga, it's the end of Kali Yuga. And I'm like, according to these books, the Purana, even the Bible, it's not the end of time. It's not the end of time. It's not. Some may die. We just gonna be reincarnated. Okay, we're gonna come back. But it's all about what you do during this time. Okay, each lifetime repeats, and our job is to get closer and closer to God. Okay, closer and closer to Bushra, should I say, liberation, right? That's what it is. But if for a certain amount of time, there's going to be a time where you don't practice. All right, there's going to be a time where you are truly out here just doing whatever, right? That's the Kali Yuga age. All right, now we all have free will. We all have free will where, you know, it's crazy because our free will, I can introduce something to you, right? I could introduce you to something. Another teacher can introduce you to something, and it will be so familiar, and you'll gravitate towards it, right? You'll gravitate towards it, and then all of a sudden you stop, right? All of a sudden you stop. That's the free will of the mind, is that part where you stop. Okay, the part where you start back, that's also free will as well too, but it is something that from lifetimes before you were in this creation, lifetimes before you were in this creation, where you was like, you know what, I'm always going to go closer to divine. I'm always going to go closer to the light. All right, now the thing is that even the darkness provides you with things, and even when you're in a dark energy, right, there's something deep down inside that tells you this is, someone could understand this by people that, you know, commit crimes, right? A lot of people that commit crimes still pray. All right, that's the crazy part right there. They still pray. They still pray. So it's like, even somewhere deep down inside, they know that they still can get closer to the light. All right. So we are going to we're going to start lesson number 3. All right. We're going to start lesson number 3 with the Divine Mother. We're doing the DEVÜ Sutra, right? Our vows, vows. Okay. We bow to the Divine Mother. Now, this DEVÜ Sutra came about when a group of sages were being attacked, right? They were being attacked. A group of people were being attacked, okay? Because this particular scripture, you have to put yourself in it. All right? You have to put yourself in it, and you see, how can I win when my mind is lost, when my heart is lost, where, you know, my money is lost, my beauty is lost, where I'm being constantly attacked? How can I win over these adversities? Okay, how can I destroy these things, this particular consciousness that I'm in, right? How can I transcend above it all? How can I, okay, I love that my shirt says growth. My son just gave me this shirt, right? How can I have growth when I'm under so much illusion, false illusion, real illusion, you know, where people are doing black magic, where people are, you know, constantly attacking you, or you can't get to your inheritance from generations and generations ago, or you can't, you know, you're constantly trying to figure out, like, what the heck, you know? So we are going to we're going to talk about 6, 7, 8, and 9 today. All right. If you are new to my channel, check out my last 2 lessons. And then I also did an incantation of how we invoke the Divine Mother into us. And we become one with the DEVÜ. Beautiful, 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 beautiful bath. Okay. I hope that y'all did y'all Durga baths. Okay. I really hope y'all did y'all Durga baths. I did mine. And I'll talk about my experiences at the end. Okay, let me make a note to myself. All right, so let's start with, okay, first, thank you so much to the Divine Mother for blessing me with the knowledge, with the discipline, with understanding, to deliver these messages. Also, Divine Mother, please bless and charge the collective with the energy to understand these messages as well, to accept them as your words, not mine. Use me as a vessel, Divine Mother. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Jama Kali, Jama Durga, Jama Krishna. Okay? All right. And bow to Sri Sai, may peace be with all. Okay. So we are on vow number 6. Okay. So we did 1 through 5. I'm going to go ahead and read 1 through 5 of the DEVY Sutram, and then we'll go ahead and jump into 6. Okay. So number 1, it says, we bow to the great goddess, to the energy of infinite goodness. We prostrate with hands together to nature, to excellent one. We bow to the reliever of suffering, to the internal, to the embodiment rays of light. We continue to bow to the goddess who manifests light in the forms of devotion to happiness. We bow to change, to perfection, to dissolution, to wealth which sustains the earth. We bow to the wife of Shiva, a blessed mother of the world. We bow. We bow to the one who removes difficulties, who moves beyond all difficulties, to the essence. We continue to bow to the doer of all, to perception, to the unknowable one. We bow to the extremely beautiful, to the extremely fierce. We bow to the establisher of the perceivable world, who is mundane existence. We bow. All right, give me 1 second. All right. So we're at number 6, and it says, number 6 says, we bow to the divine goddess existing in all, who is the power of Lord Vishnu. We bow to her, we bow to her, we continue to bow to her. Okay? So we're going to get our handy dandy in. And I was thinking about this. The old boy had came on and he had said that everything is absolutely backwards. So I already think I knew that, right? But I thank him for bringing that to my awareness again, which reminds me to download the videos, and then I'm going to post them. Okay, because right now they're all live. Okay, so I'm going to download the videos. I'm going to post them. When I post them, the work will be turned around because I'm going to edit it. Okay, so this is for me and you, but later on it'll be for everybody. I'm going to put it into a playlist. Okay, so number 6. And these lessons are for anybody, okay? They're for everybody. You don't have to initiate into this. You don't have to pay for this. These lessons are for everybody, okay? And I'm not slugging anybody who has done them or who wants to charge for any type of classes or anything like that. I'm really just doing this, one, because the Divine Mother instructed me to, and that's just what I'm going to do. When God gives you an order, you follow it. And nobody can, say, okay, it's not God that's giving her that, or whatever the case is, because honestly, I've tried to not do it, and it kept coming back to me, okay? It kept coming back to me, and this is a holy scripture. This is not, I'm making up this lesson or anything like that. All right. I took these classes. I took these courses because I'm sure that my instructor was also directed by God, the Divine Mother. I'm sure that he was also directed by it as well. Other people have taught this as well, and I'm sure that the Divine Mother has put it on their consciousness, because the thing is about these holy scriptures is that in the Puranas, it actually says, in each and every Purana, it says, teach my lessons so that the word can continue to get out there. All right. And you will be blessed, and the person receiving it will be blessed as well too. So that just tells you that the Divine Mother wants us to teach it. God wants us to repeat, you know, have Bible study, have lessons, have class. They want us to be in class, okay? They want us to continue to learn this. All right. So, number 6. Number 6. It says, we bow to the divine goddess existing in all, who is the power of Lord Vishnu. We bow to her, we bow to her, we continue to bow to her. Now, this is the thing. Anybody that has, you know, there is no, when you're looking at these divine mothers and fathers, there is no male or female, right? There is no male or female. And but when you look at it, you look at it as a God, as a mother, as a father, right? As a mother, as a father. So it says, who is the power of Lord Vishnu? But Vishnu's powers are beyond any state of consciousness that you think that you have entered. Okay? Vishnu is the preserver of all conscious beings, right? Of me, of you, of the ants, of the birds, of the dogs, the cats, the cows, the crows. Vishnu sustains each and every living being on this earth, right? So we bow to the divine goddess existing in all, who is the power of Lord Vishnu. That's saying that Lord Vishnu must receive his power from somewhere. Now, one thing that I'm coming to understand is that Vishnu, Brahma, and Shiva, they all meditate, right? But they meditate upon whom? The Divine Mother. All right? They meditate upon the Divine Mother. So we are bowing to powers beyond our small psyche think that we can. Okay? We are in devotion. Again, the words we bow is showing a form of respect, right? And then at the end of this particular verse, they say we bow, we continue to bow. They let you know 3 times that we are continuously bowing, right? We're continuously showing a form of respect. I want to look up a word real quick. my dictionary is like literally falling apart. Okay. But it's okay. I'll find the words up in here somehow, some way. I want to look up the word bow. Let's see if it is in the origins of the English words. BHAGUS. PH. Okay. So it says under bow. Okay, we saying we bow, we continue to bow. It says the God of wealth, literally, distributor, first house of the Lord, English official in India. Okay, the Bible Gita is noted the song of the Lord Krishna, black, to his friends Arjun, white, in the Mahabharata. Okay, so it even says, okay, and then it says a stone that consumes. Okay, that's not it. Yes. Pizza. All right.
I'll get it.
Out the oven?
Yeah.
So it says share. All right. Share is the key words here. Give me 1 second, y'all. Let me go grab my son's food. So Krishna is a aspect, a incarnation of Vishnu as well. Think about that for a second. Give me 1 second, guys. Does it look done?
For what? The
Oh. You can make me more. Wash it, bring it out. All right. So in the Bible Gita, right? So it says we bow, we continue to bow. So in the Bible Gita, Krishna, there is a battle going on where Krishna is the charioteer of Arjun, who is at war with his brother, right? And at one moment, Arjun puts his weapon down and You know, they at war, but the war hasn't started. It's at the very beginning of the war, right? And Arjun puts his weapon down and he says, I don't want to fight against the other side, because at the other side, I mean, at the end of the day, the other side, those are my brothers. Those are my teachers. Those are, you know, my gurus. And there's another holy scripture that I'm sure that Arjun has, you know, he's been brought up and he's like, I'm not supposed to fight with these people. I'm not supposed to fight. It's the ultimate sin to fight with your, you know, to fight with your guru, to fight with your brothers, to fight with your sisters, or whatever the case is, right? And Arjun is like, I don't want to fight. I ain't gonna do it, right? And so Krishna, who is his teacher, who is his charity, the person directed him. Okay, let's just remember the chariot card, right? So essentially on the chariot card, if we talking tarot, right? If we looking at tarot cards, right? Arjun would be the one that is the person that's on the chariot. Let me pull the chariot card so that y'all can see, kind of get an idea, right? I'm telling y'all, the tarot cards, even just doing these lessons, it'll help you understand the tarot cards so much better. Too, if you're into tarot, okay? If you're into tarot. Here we go. So this is the chariot card, right? This essentially would be Arjun, and these are Krishna, right? Now, what Krishna says to him is, you have a duty. You have a duty. You must fight. If you don't fight, they're gonna kill you anyway, because they're gonna fight. And then at some point in the Bhagavad Gita, you know, Arjun has questions. He like, why do I have to fight? Like, who are you to tell me I gotta fight? And he tells him, I'm you. I'm you, I'm them, I'm Shiva, I am the destroyer, I am Kali, I'm Durga, I am Shakti. You get what I'm saying? Now, essentially, he is Vishnu, right? Essentially, the Divine Mother, he is also my Durga. He is Shakti Durga, right? And it says in this, we bow to the Divine Goddess existing in all, who is the powers of Lord Vishnu. All right? We bow, we bow, we bow. Now, when we go back to what I just read, because I said I wanted to look up what bow was, all right? So that you will understand how doing this, how reading her DEVÜ Sutram, how it will help you attain everything that you need, right? In order to win these fights, these wars, these spiritual wars that you're not only in with other people, but you're in with yourself, with your family, okay? Now, it says that share is what bow means, right? In the origins of English language. Share, S-H-A-R-E. So I'm going to give you a part of me. As we bow to the Divine Mother, she is sharing a part of herself with us. Now, the reason why I had y'all do the bath before, and I was like, okay, well, reason why I had us do the bath before is because we must evoke the Divine Mother into our life. We have to say, hey, I want you to come and I want you to share your gifts with me, Mother. Okay? I want you to share your knowledge with me. Okay? She is the God of wealth, literally. That's what it says. I didn't make it up. This is the origins of the English language, right? I'm not making this up. So wealth is not always about money, okay? You can be wealthy in a way of a mind state, okay? With knowledge and abundance. We bow, we continue to bow. Let's go to number 7. Because here we are. We at number 7. 7, verse 7 says, we bow to the divine goddess existing in all, who resides throughout consciousness and is known as the reflection of the mind. The mind. Where does your mind reflect? Okay, what is in your mind? That's where God is as well too. That's where the DEVΗ is as well too. Whether you now we bow to the divine goddess existing in all, who resides through consciousness and is known by the reflection of the mind. Our job is to awaken consciousness. Okay, our own consciousness state. When we awaken our own selves, then can we awaken another. A reflection of the mind. I told you guys there was a card. Surrender to creativity. And I told y'all that everything you put out will be a reflection of your mind, right? I told y'all that right before we did the Durga baths. Okay? It will be a reflection. The Divine Mother, she manifests in all. Okay? There are thousands of reflections of her out here. Thousands. Even in that person that you're at most odds with, there's a reflection of the Divine Mother in them. This is why, like, why are we fighting? You got the Divine Mother in you too. I got her in me. You, like, everybody has God in them. Okay? If you don't see God in someone and you see something else, that's a reflection of your mind. That's a reflection of your mind. Yours, not theirs. Yours. Okay? So it says, we bow to the divine goddess existing in all, who resides through consciousness. Who resides in consciousness. There's 3 states of consciousness, right? Technically 4, right? But the 4th one belongs to Adi Shakti, right? It belongs to the Divine Mother. There's 3 human states of a consciousness. Awake, sleep, and dreaming. Awake, sleep, and dreaming. The 4th state of consciousness is the Divine Mother transcendental, right? Transcendental. I'm saying transcendental. Transcendental. That's the word. So, 7. And it says existing, meaning right now, ing, existing, not existed, existing in all. When you lose your mind, you lose the Divine Mother. Okay? You lost the awareness that she is still there. Okay? When you find yourself Now she there, but you have to silence your mind. This is why even the three great powers meditate upon the Divine Mother. Lord Vishnu, Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva. They all meditate upon the Divine Mother, right? All right. Okay. So, number 8. Nope. Number 7. It says, we bow to the divine goddess existing in all, who resides throughout consciousness and is known by the reflection of the mind. Okay? We bow to her, we bow to her, we continue to bow to her. So, number 7, saying that the divine goddess is existing in all. Even when one has lost a rabbit ass mind, the divine mother is still there, existing in that person, right? We have to, like I said, not only bring a state of awareness and bring ourselves to the form of consciousness of the divine mother, of our God, of our goddesses, of our DEVΗ Shaktis, of our lords, okay, by devotion, by meditation, all right? And as I said, there's 4 states, but 3 states of consciousness: awake, sleep, dreaming. The 4th state of consciousness is the consciousness of the divine mother, okay, who is transcendental, right? Meaning that she is formless. When we have, and we'll get to this because the next 2 is where we're going to go, how we get to the 4th state of consciousness, how we reach the divine mother ultimately, right? Quieting the mind down. Meditation is so important, right? Meditation is not clearing your mind out. It's not clearing your mind out, right? If you clear your mind out, something eventually goes there. Something comes there. That is God. That is whatever the reflection of your mind is. That's what's coming there. When people say, oh, I had this big dream, let me meditate on it. Let me see if this is for me. Let me do my due diligence. If you clear your mind out, how are you going to see the dream? How are you going to get the clues? Okay? We have prayer. This is how I like to say it. I say prayer is the ask and meditation is the answer. Okay? Meditation is the calmness, it's the answer. It's where you let the divine mother, your most high, where you let your God, okay, where you let God, and I'm using God lightly here, right? But you let the higher powers literally give you the answer. Okay? Which way am I supposed to go? What am I supposed to be doing? How am I supposed to handle this situation? Even the gods get tired. Okay? Even the gods get tired. And it's so crazy because I'm reading the Holy Scripture and Vishnu is like, I'm tired of fighting. Okay? I'm tired of fighting. And in that, he's like, I'm going into meditation. I'm going into meditation. I'm going to... And it's not tired like, oh, I'm just giving up or I don't want to fight with you anymore or whatever the case is. He like, but it's an endless battle. It's endless battles that we face, right? All right. So the next line is number 8. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It'll be here. It'll be here. I promise you it'll be here. You're not late. You right on time. So number 8. And then, hi, happy Sunday, right? So, number 8, it says, we bow to the divine goddess existing in the form of wisdom. All right? Wisdom is a woman. I don't care which scripture you read. Wisdom is a form of the divine mother. It's in the Bible. Even in Proverbs, it's let me pull out the Bible on y'all. Oh. So it says in Proverbs 23, right? I'll start at I'll read, let's see, Proverbs 23, verse 9. Speak not in the ears of a fool, for he will despise the wisdom of thy words. Okay? Remove not the old landmarks and enter not into the fields of the fatherless. Okay? So it speaks of wisdom there, right? And the mother. Okay? It says, buy the truth and sell it not. Buy the truth and sell it not. Also wisdom, instructions, and understanding. Also wisdom, structures, and understanding. So buy the truth and don't sell it. Okay? Don't sell it. This is the truth that we're buying. When you buy something, think about this. Y'all know how y'all talk like this? I don't know if y'all talk like this, but people say something like this, right? They be like, you bought that? You bought what he was saying? You get what I'm saying? Meaning somebody told you something. You bought that? You know how you walk away from somebody and you be like, you bought that excuse that they was telling you? When you buy wisdom, right? You don't try to be a fool and sell it back like, oh, well, you know what? Let me try to sell this back. You give wisdom. The form of the divine mother, that's where she exists at. In the form of wisdom, not knowledge, not what you, knowledge is, I'm using these as, knowledge is, I read this, I can recite this, I know it, right? But that doesn't mean that I live by it. Wisdom is to live by it. You understand? Like, That's not me trying to sell it back to somebody. I know that this is true. So I'm going to be wise because I bought it. I mean, I bought it when Terrain sold it, okay? Where Terrain sold it, Terrain Hicks sold it to me, I bought what he was saying. The Divine Mother was like, you bought that? You get what I'm saying? I bought exactly what he was saying. That's why I'm giving it to y'all right now for free. He gave it to me for free. I'm giving it right back to y'all for free. This is where the Divine Mother resides, in the form of wisdom. We bow to her, we bow to her, we continue to bow to her. Now, again, with the word bow, B-O-W, what does the word bow mean? Why did I close this dictionary? I'm going to put a bookmark in here. Do I have a bookmark? I definitely have a bookmark up here somewhere. Not, we're going to use a tarot card. Boy, how do we... B-A... B-A. Here you go. So the word bow, it means to share. Again, share. The word share. And it says the God of wealth, literally distributor. First house of the Lord. All right. And it says the song of the Lord, Krishna, to his friend Arjun. Arjun ended up buying exactly what Krishna was telling him in the form of wisdom, because he said, if you do not do your duty, right? If you don't do your duty, guess what? You're still going, they're going to do their duty. They're going to do their duty. Other people are going to do their job. If you don't want to do your job, guess what? I exist in the form of all. That's the Divine Mother, Vishnu. Right before this, we talk about it. That's why these lines, they all go together. They all go together. It says we bow to, starting at 6. Now we on 8 at wisdom, starting at 6, right? It says we bow to the Divine Mother existing in all, who is the power of Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu is on that battlefield with Arjun, telling him, if you don't buy this, what I'm telling you, those people over there, they're going to buy it, because this is wisdom. These are the words of the Divine Mother telling you that I exist in all. And this war is to happen. Kali Yuga has to happen. It has to happen in order to balance out our karmas, our karmas, our existence. We're human. We're human. The only way you win the war is if you go to a certain level of consciousness. The only way you succeed at being a good mother, a good father, a good brother, a good sister, a good teacher, a good spiritualist is if you go to a certain level of consciousness. But when you remain in a unawakened state of consciousness, you remain poor. In all aspects of life, you remain poor. Poor relationships, poor financials, poor living, you remain poor. Even those that are out there that are poor, beggars, I'm talking about beggars, I'm talking about the homelessness, right? There is a certain level of consciousness that they even have to be on. They have to believe that this is how I was born, and they have to continue to have faith. Okay? When they have faith, guess what? They're totally provided for. I know I'm out there giving food to the homeless. I know I'm giving clothes. We just cleaned out all of our closets. They about to have a lot of clothes. Do you understand? But it's this thing. It's why I don't understand the goodwill too. I just thought about that. I literally just thought about that. I don't understand the goodwill. Like, they're reselling clothes that have been donated. They're selling clothes that have been donated. I don't understand that. I don't know how the Goodwill works with poor people, but I feel like poor people should be able to go inside the Goodwill and get whatever it is that they want. Like, they should be able to go in there and be like, I'm poor, I need some clothes. Like, I can't afford these. Like, I really believe that. I gave the, that's why I don't know. I'm gonna have to like look into that. I'm gonna really have to look into that and see, do the Goodwill. Before I judge and jury here, I really need to see, do the Goodwill give free clothes? I gotta check that. That's what I'm saying. Like, I need to know, do the Goodwill give free clothes? I wasn't giving these clothes to the Goodwill though. I'm giving a lot of the clothes to the place that I work at. Cause it's my kids' clothes and we have kids there too. We have kids and adults there. And so I'm not saying that they're poor, but they're there for 30 days. They barely be having clothes. And we do get a lot of people that are poor with insurance. We don't get a lot, but we get some that are poor with insurance. We get a lot of them come through. Okay, so anyway. So number 8. We bow to the divine goddess existing in all, who resides in the form of wisdom. We bow to her. We bow to her. We continue to bow to her. Okay? In the form of wisdom. Take that knowledge that y'all have and use it. Okay? When you learn something, you use it. That's how you turn knowledge into wisdom. You know, I told y'all that I just said that even practicing this, even practicing this way, this helps with reading tarot. Like, it helps with doing tarot. I brought out the Chariot card and I talked about a battle. You know, a battle being happening in the Bible Gita. And essentially, and this is crazy because even in the origins of the English, like, my book is falling apart. It says, so it says that the Bible Gita is noted the song of the Lord Krishna, black, to his friend Arjun, white, and the Mahabharata. Okay. So, but when I look at this, I guess this could be black and white here, right? It could be black and white here. And then this could be Lord Vishnu, right? The creator, the sustainer, the one that is like, okay, these are my not my charioteers, but these are the aspects of me. You get what I'm saying? Because even when in the Bible Gita, I wish I had the picture. I really wish I had the picture of the aspects of where Krishna is talking to Arjun, and Arjun says, but what is your true nature? What is your true form? And then 1,000 heads of Vishnu come out, right? The 1,000 heads of Vishnu come out, and he says, this is my true nature. And he sees everybody, everything, right? And it kind of scared Arjun. He like, all right, I get it. You know, not right away. Once he explained, he says that I'm Arjun on the battlefield. I'm in Durga. I am Shakti. I am Durga. Well, he never says I'm Shakti. He says I'm Durga. I'm Kali. I'm Brahma. To the sages, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this, I'm that, right? eventually Arjun say, all right, go back to being a Christian though real quick, because that's I get what you're saying. Do you understand? So he took his knowledge, because Arjun is a smart person. He's very smart, okay? He studied. He won battles, countless of battles. He even not fought directly with the other side, but he's fighting essentially a battle with his own brother that has gone on for a long time. Long time. Okay? Even the closest that are free, they still make money off of people even though everything is donated. That's crazy. Even the closest that are free, the government still makes money. I mean, I don't understand, but I guess. So yeah, like I was saying, forms of wisdom. So when it comes to like how, how I read, how I talk, how I deliver certain messages or whatnot, this is where I get it from. This is when I'm reading these cards, like let's just pull something, right? Let's just pull something. The Six of Wands, right? The Six of Wands. It talks like a victory. It states a victory. And those surrounding are I don't want to necessarily say they are celebrating, right? But they're not even, sometimes they're not even celebrating, depending on what's coming out around them. Look, Justice, Eight of Wands, right? This is a very spiritual card. This Eight of Wands, there's no people in the Eight of Wands card ever in any deck that I've seen. There's no people, no person in the Eight of Wands. This tells me that however this battle was won, it was spiritually. It's justice, it's ordained. You get what I'm saying? So I do talk a lot of spiritual when I'm reading cards. That's why so somebody that is spiritual, that reads tarot, we're using these tools, right? We're using these tools because we have gained some sort of wisdom or knowledge. I would say knowledge. We gained some sort of knowledge. Depending on how the message is being delivered is the wisdom, okay? All right. So, number 9. Number 9. Now, number 9 is going to be number 9 is going to have a lot to do with our homework. Actually, all of these are going to have a lot to do with our homework. But number 9, it says, we bow to the divine goddess existing in all, who resides in the form of sleep, rest, sleep. We bow to her, we bow to her, we continue to bow to her. We bow to the divine goddess existing in all in the form of sleep. We bow to her, we bow to her, we continue to bow to her. Who doesn't like to sleep? When you're not getting enough rest, or you can't sleep, or you're, like you're staying up, you're like, oh my goodness, I can't sleep, I'm having nightmares, my sleep is being disturbed. I told y'all that the divine goddess, there's 3 to 4. I'm saying 3. I'm gonna keep saying 3. I'm gonna keep saying 3. There's 3 states of consciousness: awake, sleep, and dreaming. In order to dream, you must sleep. All right? Now, sleep it's something that it's the easiest way to connect with the Divine Mother is getting enough sleep. When you don't get enough sleep, you start having nightmares. Your sleep is disturbed, honestly, okay? When you stay up too late, and you're like, okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and go to sleep. I'm pretty sure that your sleep will be disturbed, okay? Now, they say we're supposed to get what, 8 hours of sleep a night, right? 8 hours of sleep a night. I don't know. That's some type of science, right? That's some type of science. Your body determines, everybody's body is different. Your body and your state of mind determines how much sleep you need at a particular given time, right? So I have an alarm set where 9:30 I want to be in the bed. That's not always happening. Sometimes I'm still on here at 9:30. Sometimes I'm probably, I don't know what I'm doing. What was I doing yesterday? Oh, I went out with my friend for her birthday yesterday at 9:30. I think we was just getting our food. Sleep is something that you must have. Nice. Excuse me. So sleep is something that you must have in order to connect with the Divine Mother, okay? You can't be up scrolling through your phone, you know, and then be like, all right, I'm about to go to sleep, right? So this is something that let me look up a word real quick. The form of wisdom is not being too smart. Just when you think that you're smart, that's so funny. They're gonna word smart. Just when you think that you are smart, you 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 be like, you might be like, you can learn more. LED. You can learn more. LEB. Let's see what sleep is. Okay. One who believes that God's destined some to be damned and some to be saved before and regardless of the fall of man. That's wild work. That's wild work for that to be under the word sleep and the origins of the English language. I can't make it up. That's wild work. I don't know why I was like, let me look up the word sleep. Because I mean, if the Divine Mother exists in the form of sleep, let me see what sleep is, okay? And it literally says to collapse, distress, hardship, work, began to fall. And then it says, one who believes that God's disdain some to be damned and some to be saved, before and regardless of the fall of man. One who believes that the fall was predetermined. One who believes that the fall was permitted by God. Sleep, slur, slop, slobber. It's funny because that just gave me the idea of lazy people. Like, it just put, y'all ever known somebody to just be like, damn, they just sleep all day? I do. I know somebody that sleep all day, right? And then it's also crazy that when you sleep, that's when, you know, I've experienced a lot in my sleep. Now, these aren't dreams that I've had. I've had literally like nightmares when I was under spiritual attack, right? When I was like really under heavy spiritual attack, what happened was I wouldn't want to go to sleep. I would stay up. I literally would binge watch my little Chinese shows and all that stuff, right? I'll sit there, I'll binge watch it. Now, it's 50,000 episodes to that stuff. Ain't no way I should be able to finish that in a whole week, and it took them a whole year for it to come out, right? So I would literally be falling asleep, and I already knew. I was like, damn, I'm being attacked in my dreams. So that's why I didn't want to go to sleep, right? That's why I didn't want to go to sleep. It wasn't until I started, like I said, I have an alarm set at 9:30. 9:30. And so if I gotta be to bed at 9:30, and it don't always, I'm not that damn disciplined. Like, let's be real. I am not that damn disciplined where every single night I'm in the bed at 9:30 and I'm back up at 4 o'clock in the morning. My first alarm go off at 3:30. Of course, that boy gets snooze. The second one is at 4. The last alarm that goes off is at like 5 o'clock. And I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta get up. If not, these kids ain't gonna have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then how can I complain to them about eating if I'm not feeding them? You get what I'm saying? So I'm really not that damn disciplined like that. I want to be, I wish to be, I hope to be someday, but my dog don't even go to sleep at 9:30. Okay, Apollo. He must know I was about to talk about him. I make a noise, he make a noise. But listen, so when I was under spiritual attack, I have literally experienced a succubus in my dream. People with different faces in my dreams. I told y'all about old girl coming in my dream. I told y'all a lot. Every time I've ever experienced every single thing I've ever experienced under attack and not under attack, I have literally shared it with y'all in the past 4 years. Okay, I've shared these things with y'all. 2 years, 3 years. I say 4 years though. I mean, we're gonna talk 4 years. I have literally shared these things with y'all. Not just me, but even my clients and people coming to me. It was not until I stopped associating literally with dark energy that I don't experience those things in my dreams. I don't. I'm not under spiritual attack in my dream state. No succubus can enter into my dream state. I don't experience those things. I literally, this work right here has literally saved my life. It saved my life. And I started talking to my spirit team and saying, what time do I need to be in bed? And I'm gonna be real. At first I heard something crazy and I was like, nobody goes to bed that early. I get off work at 6 o'clock. Y'all want me to have this job or not? Y'all want me to have this job or not? Do I need this job? Oh, okay, I can get some money some other way. But if we're going to speed up what it is that I ultimately want to do, it's no way I could be in the bed that early. You get what I'm saying? 9 o'clock is the earliest. So then we pushed it to 9:30. Me and my spirit team came to an agreement because you talk with your spirit team. We pushed it to 9:30. Okay? We pushed it to 9:30 because I'm like, okay, well, I guess y'all just, Y'all want me to do this job, but y'all don't want me to do this job then. Y'all want me to be to bed that early, y'all don't really want me to do this job then. They're like, no. Because ultimately in the spirit realm, right, there's no time. There's no time. One day is 1 year. And I'm not, I didn't come up with that. I didn't get that from, wherever, whatever the case is. That was literally me talking to my spirit team and understanding the essence of time and colors too. Okay? I've always had questions about that. So when I started really getting into the mediumship, I was like, you know what? Let me figure out what time and colors is for real. Okay? Apollo. All right. So, anywho, the form of sleep, the Divine Mother exists in the form of sleep, right? If you want to know how to connect with her, we about to take some naps. Okay, we about to take some naps. I don't want y'all to be lazy, but I never thought about the colors and times, but it makes a lot of sense. It really does. It really does. It really does. It's so crazy with colors too, because when like you want to study something, right? You want to study something, like for example, you want to study Reiki, and you want to study like auras, right? Learning people auras, learning your own aura, what color your own aura is, and stuff like that, right? Now, people will say, well, what I heard is that like your aura color does not change, right? But I haven't the way that I learned about auras and whom I learned auras from, I literally, okay, is this sound? Okay. Perfect. Okay, thank you so much, Lori, too. It's all about the energy field and their type of energy that they're in, and the energy that they're calling on and that they're allowing to come in, right? Nobody aura stays the same. Nobody aura stays the same, and nobody aura is one color. Like, it's not one color. Nope. Um, I've had people try to read my energy and they will always say, oh, your aura is very yellow, right? They'd be like, oh, you are radiating a yellow energy, right? And it's always just been keywords for me, like, oh, that's somebody trying to tap into my they're trying to tap into my energy field. And there is there's an aspect of the Divine Mother. Let me y'all, I'm not gonna say that I cleaned this desk off, because I didn't. I did it, I did the other day, but every day I'm at this desk. And when I'm not at this desk, a kid is at this desk. Let me find this this particular aspect of Cali. This aspect of Cali is like someone invading your energy, so they're always met with dark energy. I love it. I love it. I love this aspect of Cali too. Because, and then she has a moon on her. She has a moon. There we go. Right there. Calidora. Okay. Oh, it says also take rest and be at peace, that your connection is with her. Okay. I love it. I love it. It's all aspects. Okay. And it says, when hope is lost, a way forward cannot be sensed. Caledonia arise as a reminder of endless creativity and rest and resourcefulness from the divine feminine. Her love will always find a way. If it does not yet, even if that way does not yet exist, then it shall be created. It cannot see or feel how to move from where you are now, where you want to be. Callie's wisdom and grace manifest to provide what is needed at the perfect time. Prepare yourself by regularly connecting with your heart and remain open to receive inner guidance on how to proceed. Also, rest and be at peace in the connection with her. Okay? So, this particular aspect of the Divine Mother, she comes in a form of sleep. Okay, she literally comes in a form of sleep. Like when someone is angry, happy, sad, etc. All different colors. All different colors. Exactly, all different colors. And when they're doing like when you're doing shadow work, when you are learning something new, like when you're learning something new, you literally, I've seen this, that it's a form of blue that comes over you. Like it's a form of blue that comes over you. It's so funny that I was on like a Zoom class, right? I was on a Zoom class, and I'm not even gonna hold y'all, right? I was just like, whenever I'm on a Zoom class, sometimes I like to look at what other people are doing, right? And so I literally put the whole class up, like the different people or whatever, where you can see everybody. I did it like that. And I was like, damn, everybody, the people that was paying attention, I was like, they look blue. Some people be in other energy as well too. But I was like, everybody got this like blue glow. Is that my computer? Like, is it my computer? So it's just like, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but everybody's aura doesn't remain the same. So anyway, so in the form of sleep, So our work this week, all right, we bow to the divine goddess who manifests in the form of sleep, wisdom, throughout consciousness, is a reflection of our mind, and who holds the power of Lord Vishnu, right? who is existing in all. Existing in all. If you're confused, have a rest. If you feel triggered, have a rest. If you feel anything, happy, sad, whatever it is, just make sure you rest, right? Just make sure you get some sleep. So this week and going forth, what we're going to do is, this is the homework. This is the homework. Whatever time you go to sleep, right? Whatever time you are finding yourself to go to sleep at night, let's set a bedtime. Even if you don't start following it right now, right? The homework, and I'm literally giving homework so that, one, you feel obligated to do this. You're gonna want to do this, okay? And I'm holding you accountable. I'm holding you accountable, right? Not just me, the Divine Mother. Like I told y'all before, these aren't coming from me. This comes from me invoking Shakti energy, right? Homework. Set a bed alarm. If you have an iPhone, there's this thing where in your phone where you can set your bedtime. You can set to go to sleep at a certain time and to rise up at a certain time. So I want y'all to set an alarm, right? If you work day shift, meaning you get off before 8 o'clock p.m., right? 8 o'clock p.m. I don't care what time you go in, 8 o'clock p.m. You get off before 8 o'clock p.m. Let's set our bed alarms to be in the bed by at least let's start at like 10:30, okay? This week, let's start at least at 10:30, okay? If you work overnight, that's a crazy shift. I used to work overnight when I first started doing spiritual work, and I realized that I had to get off that night shift. But if you can't get off of that night shift right now, right, I understand. If you can't get off the night shift, and let's say you get off at 6, 7 o'clock, at least try to go to sleep by 9:30 a.m. Okay? Like, try to be asleep by 9:30, 10 o'clock. At least 2 to 3 hours after you get off of work, you need to be going to sleep. This means that if you cook dinner, you eat, whatever the case is, like, you need to do all of that. You need to have a plan. You need to plan your day out. Yes. Thank you, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on. You're the best. So you need to plan your go. Go, 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 go. Okay. So let's set a bed alarm, right? And then let's set a time to wake up and meditate. All right? And meditate. Huh? Oh, I just made Nas something to eat. I forgot to turn it off. But did the house burn down? Y'all remember I said that? Leaving the oven on. He ain't complaining though. All right. So this is how we are going to continue to connect with the Divine Mother. Okay. Continue to invoke her into our life. Now, meditation. A lot of people be like, I can't meditate. I don't know how to meditate. I have clients that have literally told me they don't know how to meditate. Okay. For some reason, it has been my clients that have Mercury placements. Gemini, Virgo, like strong Mercury placements. They always tell me they don't know how to meditate. Right? I'll be like, just sit with yourself. Just sit with yourself. Don't be doing nothing. Those thoughts that come to your mind, right? Those thoughts that come to your mind, let them come to your mind. And still show up. Eventually, the Divine Mother is going to help you clear your consciousness to a state of awareness, okay? But you have to get a decent amount of rest, okay? You have to get a decent amount of rest. If you can't meditate, it's because you're not sleeping properly, period, okay? I know I was there. I'm just being honest with you, okay? That has a big thing to do with it, okay? I end up falling asleep. That's fine. That's fine. That was the next thing I was going to say. That is fine. That's what you need. If you meditate and you fall asleep, that's what you need. You still show up. You still show up. Eventually, you're going to stop falling asleep. Now, what I want y'all to do is we're setting timers for everything. We're setting timers for everything. When you meditate, you are not laying down. You're not meditating in your bed. You're going to get up and you're going to go away from your bed. We're not meditating in the bed. I said this before too. We shouldn't study in the bed either. I had to stop doing that because your body already knows that when you're in the bed, it's time to go to bed. It's time to go to sleep. So if in the morning time, what I want y'all to do is I want y'all to find a place, any place in your house, right, that is away from the bed. I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna write on my story tab, and if y'all want, y'all can say it too. Like, hey, I'm up too, right? I really usually don't like to go on the internet first thing in the morning, right? But I do go on my internet and I say Rich Rising on Twitter, right? I say Rich Rising on Twitter, and then I usually close the app. Because I just know that, you know, I just know that people be on my Twitter. So I'll be like, all right, Rich Rising. It's so crazy. I only have 9 followers, right? But I have like 2,000 impressions. That's so crazy to me. It's so crazy to me. But I love it because I hope that, you know, whatever I'm saying, I hope that it's being shared. But it's very interesting. Very, very interesting. All right. So, the homework is set a bed alarm and then meditate for 15 minutes. Speaking in your mind to the Divine Mother. What can you say to her, right? So we speaking to the Divine Mother Durga. I mean, like, what are we saying to her, right? What are we gonna say to her, right? If you don't remember any of these vows to her, just remember something, right? Technically, you know, in some translation, these say, I meditate upon. Let me get my book. Instead of saying we bow, right, to the divine goddess existing in all, they say I meditate upon the divine goddess existing in all. Do I have it on this book? I have it in this book. Maybe when I be writing, I be writing. I don't know where it's at. Baby, 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 baby. Nope, this was say I bow. There is a translation where it says I meditate upon the divine goddess, right? So for 15 minutes, we are going to spend meditating upon the existence of the divine goddess Durga, right? The DEVΗ goddess Durga, the divine mother Durga, right? And I want y'all to just remember certain words. Even if you can't repeat this, recite this whole thing. Who is the power of Lord Vishnu? Who resides throughout consciousness? Who is known as the reflection of the mind? In the forms of wisdom and the forms of sleep. She might knock your ass out, okay? She might knock you out. It's okay. You meditating up on that. If she's the form of sleep and she say this is what you need, sleep. Okay? So that's what I want y'all to do, right? In the forms of beauty, in the forms of wealth, I just want y'all to repeat certain words to her. And I want y'all to make sure that y'all say, I bow, we bow, we bow. Okay, we bow, I bow. I'm saying we because most of us have others that are around us. We have our partners, we have our loved ones, we have our children. Me and Lori just talked about this, about it being a benefit for everybody that's around us. So when we bow as the divine mother, as the divine lover, as the divine partner, as the divine wife, as the divine child, when we bow, everybody around us bow as well. You understand? Like everybody around us is surrendering to the divine mother as well. And they're going to get the spiritual benefit because we're doing this for the spiritual benefit of all, not just for ourselves. Ace, do not jump over here. My son set a bag of clothes on top of his blanket and he trying to figure out why. He want to knock this blanket down so bad. I mean, this bag down. Don't lay on that. Just lay on anything. Cats literally lay on anything. Like, how are you comfortable? So that's what we're going to do. Okay, that's our homework this week, is to set a bed alarm. The latest is 10:30. That's still kind of late. And then we're going to do a wake up alarm, right? And my experience, is best to meditate before the world comes to do what they got to do, right? Before people really, before the earth starts to heat up, right? So in my opinion, I really feel like y'all should meditate before like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, right? Y'all should meditate before 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. If that is not possible, try to make it possible. It's 15 minutes. It's 15 minutes, all right? So a good thing to do is have a glass of water next to the bed, right? A bottle of water, if not a glass of water, a bottle of water. When you wake up, take a drink of that water, right? Thank God for waking me up. I rebuke anything that has happened in my dream that is not of my highest timeline. This is what I do, okay? I'm just saying this worked for me, so it might work for y'all. I think it will work for y'all, but you just got to do it to see it, okay? Before anybody say that doesn't work, do it before you say it doesn't work, okay? Try it. So I wake up in the morning. I take a swig of water. I say I rebuke anything that I agree to in my dream that is not on my highest timeline, whether I remember my dream or I don't remember my dream. Sometimes I don't dream. Whatever it is, you understand? I rebuke it. I don't have those problems. We say our prayers before we go to sleep, and saying our prayers before we go to sleep has tremendously helped. We say our fathers who are in heaven, okay? I'm gonna get on prayer too in a minute. I'm gonna get back to, let me see, talk about prayer. All right. So, wake up in the morning, take a swig of water. Before you take a swig of water, thank God for waking you up, right? I rebuke anything that is not on my highest timeline. I cut out any contracts that I may or may not have made in my dream state, in my unconscious state, that is not on my highest timeline. Thank you so much, Divine Mother. I take a swig of water, let my feet touch the ground, and then I go and wash my hands. The reason why I wash my hands is to wake me up. That water be so cold in the morning. It's so annoying. But I go and wash my hands, okay? Sometimes I have to pee. Sometimes I don't. If I don't, I'm not about to make myself pee. But I go and wash my hands, right? We're going to come out of our room. If you have a roommate and you can't meditate outside your room, which you're meditating quietly. So this essentially is you going to sit in a quiet place. Let's be realistic. Even if you have a roommate, just come out. You come out of your room. We grown. We all grown. You can come out of your room, okay? But let's just say that you can't come out of your room and meditate, right? Come out of your room and meditate. I don't know. Go outside. Go on the porch. Whatever. Just go out of your room, right? I believe that that'll help. I don't even want to give anybody any extra there. So come out of your room. Set your timer for 15 minutes, right? Set your timer for 15 minutes. And the first thing you say is, thank you so much, the Divine Mother, you know, for giving me another day. I meditate upon the Divine Mother Durga. And then you start. Okay? 15 minutes. 15 minutes of just speaking in your mind. Okay? A different state of consciousness. Intentionally invoking a conversation between you and my Durga. Okay? So 15 minutes. After that 15 minutes is up, you can go back to sleep. You can go do what you're going to do. Whatever the case is, right? You start your day. Stretch, start your day. Do your yoga. Make you some breakfast or whatnot, right? So that's it. That's what the homework is this week. Well, that's part of the homework this week. Another thing is anytime during the day, you can do it after your meditation. You can do it before your meditation. I suggest you do it after the meditation, right? I suggest you do it after the meditation. If you want to ask the Divine Mother something, if you want to ask her for something while you're meditating, you can have a conversation in your mind and ask her. Do not get the begging. Okay, don't get the begging when y'all asking for stuff. Oh, can you please do this for me? Can you please do that for me? Can you please do this for me? Remember who you're talking to. It's done. Remember who you're talking to. So, but if you're literally like, how do I, Divine Mother, to give me the confidence, I meditate on the state of consciousness that has brought me to a level of wisdom where I can deliver, and you talking in a way like you already got it, okay? Where I could deliver something to the spiritual community that would be something that is beneficial for my clients, my future clients, my family, my friends, my loved ones. You get what I'm saying? Like, I really want to do this. My Durga, I really want to do this. You talk to her like she your mama. Okay? I don't know how y'all talk to y'all mama, but I talk to my mama like that's my girl. I just was talking to her, okay? Talk to her like that. Talk to her like she's really a part of you and a part of your family. That's how you really get it, okay? You talk to your gods like they really a part of your family. All right? So, the other part of your homework is 108 times. Doom, Durgaye, Namaha. Every day. 108 times. All right? Doom, Durgaye, Namaha. Doom, Durgaye, Namaha. All right. Hold on one second, y'all. Okay. That's my wonderful sister calling me back. I'm going to give her a call back in a second. I hope y'all can hear me. Can y'all hear me? Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so every day, 108 times. Doom, Durgaye, Namaha. You want to do that 108 times. I suggest you do it after your meditation. It takes a good 10 minutes, okay? So that's literally about 25 minutes we spending with the Divine Mother to really just have her to have her 24 hours a day. You get what I'm saying? As you're doing the mantra, you'll realize that the mantra is going to be coming in your mind throughout the day for no apparent reason. You're just gonna be doing stuff and you're gonna be like chanting it in your mind. Hey sis, hey sis. Hey Mandy. Okay. So you'll realize that you'll just be having the mantra just popping up in your mind. If you can't, okay, so Durga's Bija sound, the goddess herself, yes, I can always hear it now since I started it. It's doom. Like, just doom, 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 and you just hear it. You get what I'm saying? Came in at the right time, right? Right on time. So, every day 108 times Doom Durgaye Namaha, right? So that's our homework. So we're setting the bed alarm for 10:30. We meditating in the morning time. If you can't meditate in the morning time, meditate anytime during the day. But in my experience, it's been good to meditate in the morning time before the world gets to creeping around, right? Before it gets busy, before there is doom to be doomed, before it could possibly be interruptions. You get what I'm saying? So every day, 108 times, Doom Durgaye Namaha. Another thing that I want y'all to do is read 1 through 9, okay, of the DEVÜ Central. Read 1 through 9. We just went over 6, 7, 8, and 9, but go ahead and read 1 through 9, right? If you want to go ahead and read the whole thing, go ahead and read the whole thing, but at least read 1 through 9. All right? And now, 2 things that I was going to say. All right? So that's it. That's the let me write down. Read. Okay. So 2 things that I was going to talk about, right? I said I was going to say something about prayer, right? And I talked about cooking with the divine, right? I talked about cooking with your ancestors and your spirit team, right? And in that, I mentioned how we have masculine energy around us, that it's best to serve them first, right? It's best to serve them first. And how we are raising leaders, right? If you have masculine energy around you, let them lead you in prayer. There's no right or wrong way to pray, okay? But let's let the masculine lead us in prayer, right? Our sons, our husbands, our fathers, okay? I am still doing the prayer, Our Father, which art in heaven, thou be our name, our kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Lead us not into temptation. Forgive those that trespass against us. And forgive us for trespassing it. However it goes, right? I'm saying however it goes because what happens is that me and my husband and our 2 boys were praying, and then we're repeating after who's ever leading us in prayer at night. We don't discuss who's leading us in prayer. They just start. It's either my husband or it's one of the boys, right? Now, I already said I know that I'm talking to a lot of feminine energy on here, right? Now, let's say you don't have a man, then I'm not talking to you. Let's say you don't have children, then I'm not talking to you. Then you lead your daughter into prayer. You start the prayer, however it be. Okay, I'm not talking down on nobody that don't have no masculine in the house or anything like that, right? And if you and your family, y'all not praying together, let's start praying together. Okay, let's start praying together. But what I'm finding, and I'm reading the DEVY Purana, right? Which is ultimately about Shakti energy. And what I'm coming to realize is that I'm on chapter 10 of it, but it is from the aspect of Vishnu. Like, I had to go back and was like, wait, what's happening here? Like, when did Vishnu start talking and Shakti stop? But then I was like, okay, when you reach a state of consciousness, who resides throughout consciousness, right? Who is existing in all, who resides throughout consciousness, who is known by the reflection of the mind, right? Let's say you have a son, right? Let's say you have a son. You want a husband. You want a husband. But you're a single mom. You have a son or whatnot, right? The reflection of what you put out is what you're going to get. So let's look at that as our children that we putting out and our husband that we want to get, right? Let's say you have a boyfriend, right? You have a boyfriend and y'all don't have any kids together, right? If you allow your significant other to lead you when it comes to this religion aspect, right? When it comes to this devotion aspect, you're going to get loyal kids. That's the mindset that I'm getting. You're going to get loyal kids. I was talking to someone about, do I want to talk about this? Yeah, I guess I can talk about this, right? I was talking to someone about this. Dang, do I really want to talk about this? Yeah, I guess I can. I was talking to someone about the Carmelo Anthony case, right? And the other young man. I don't even remember his name, to be honest, and it's no disrespect to it, but you know, people have made it into a black and white thing because it was two students. The white boy ended up getting stabbed by the black boy. Only reason why I remember Carmelo Anthony name is because his name is Carmelo Anthony. Who else do we know named Carmelo Anthony? A basketball player, right? So when I first seen it, I was like, Carmelo Anthony? I'm thinking it's Carmelo Anthony, right? But that's the only reason why I remember the little boy name. I was talking to someone about it, about the case, and I honestly don't know the facts about it. I don't know a lot about it, right? Okay, I haven't been able to remember the other one either for that reason. Exactly. And I was talking to somebody about it, and the crazy thing is I had silenced it on my Twitter. I silenced it at first because I don't know what my Twitter thought. I think my Twitter thought that I was I guess it's the algorithm, but or whatnot. But I thought they probably thought that I was I don't know what the fuck my Twitter thought I was. Okay, they didn't think I was this skin color or something based off the stuff that was coming up in my algorithm. And it was a lot of racist stuff coming up. So from either side, I didn't care what it said. I silenced it. Irrelevant. I didn't want to see anything that was news related because a lot of this stuff be spiritual too, right? And so I listened to the father, Madcalf, that's his name. Okay, I listened to the Metcalf. I listened to the father, and he said that he forgave Anthony. He had forgave Anthony, right? And then I listened to the mother of Anthony, and she was saying that, you know, this is a horrible thing that has happened on both sides. Like, but she believed in justice. She believed in the law, and that's the only thing she was going to be speaking on, right? Now, of course, I seen a lot of stuff come up on YouTube. I seen stuff come up on YouTube, right? And I'm a person that sometimes I don't like to watch things like this because, like I said, I'll hear and see other things. And before I knew this, I felt this. Now, I'm talking about prayer, right? I'm talking about prayer. And I'm saying that the children are a reflection of our husband. And I seen Anthony daddy. I seen his mama and I seen his daddy. I seen Medcoff dad. I seen his dad. It wasn't until like later I seen his mom, right? Now, the conversation that I had about this, I was like, I don't remember seeing his mom. And then they showed me, I was like, oh, I did see that video. Okay, I seen that video, right? Now, think about this. The only time that as a mother, right? I want y'all to really, really, really think about this. The only time as a mother, the only time we send our kids to live with their fathers is if they being bad. A mother is not about to really go send her kids to go live with the daddy. We could be down on our last. We still about to sit here and try to provide for these kids. Now, when that kid get to acting out, we like, you going to stay with your daddy. So come to find out, the twins, they didn't live together, right? One stayed with the mama, one stayed with the daddy. All right? And the one that passed, that was unalived, he lived with the dad. Right? He lived with the dad. The mom and the dad, they were divorced. They're not together, right? Now, I'm going back to this. No, they don't go to the same school either. And Anthony listened to an adult. It was raining, and an adult told him to go up under that tent. Okay? It's raining. Young man, go up under that tent until whatever. He listened to an adult. This mother has said, in this family, he live in a 2-parent home that prays together. That pray together. Things may happen to our children, right? Things can happen to our children. Things happen to our person. Things happen to us. But when you pray and you have faith, no matter what you're going through, you're going to get through it. You're going to get through it. You're going to get through it with God. You're going to get through it with God. Okay? Now, this boy is back at home. This boy is back at home right now. Into due process, right? Into a trial, a fair trial. I'm not going to say hopefully, because with me looking at this, I'm also not going to do any readings on this. I'm not doing no readings, no mediumships on this at all. What I'm going to do is I am going to, because I see faith. I see the Divine Mother showing up. I have faith that this will be due processing. Like, it would be fair. You get what I'm saying? The things that are going to come out, the things that are going to happen, I really have faith in the Divine Mother, letting the truth come out, right? And I'm saying all of this because I'm talking about prayer, and I'm talking about how we need to make sure that we are praying with the masculine, right? We have to make sure that we're praying with the masculine energy. It's not because they're angry or because they're upset or any of that. Because before they're any of that, they are confused. And if we let them lead in prayer, right? Let's say that your sons don't know how to pray. Or your husband, they don't know how to pray. Or your boyfriend, they don't know how to pray, right? Write it down. Write it down. This is it. Y'all read from it. But you let them lead first. You let them lead. And after y'all pray, you pick a line until whenever. You pick a particular line and you apply it. You don't ask a question like, oh, they wrong, they right. You literally dissect it. You pick a line. Any line, like, for example, deliver us from evil, right? Ask them, what does deliver us to evil mean to you? What does it mean to you? If this family is praying and it says deliver us from evil, right? Thy is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, right? That means, I mean, to me, the way I'm looking at it, the way that my kids have broken down to me is that delivering us from evil, that could be evil friends, evil intentions, people that, you know, try to provoke us. That could be the judge, that could be the jury, that could be the people around us, that could be our own father, our own mama, our own daddy. Deliver us from any type of evil that is around us. Deliverance it means to come up out of it. You get what I'm saying? It means to come up out of it. Not only come up out of it, but to pass it on. You get what I'm saying? So they're not passing on evil, but they passing on is a blessing to be delivered from evil. Okay? To receive. What was the first word we looked up? Bow. When you pray, you bow. Do you understand? Y'all, everybody needs to be down on their knees and praying. That's the first thing that we're going to be teaching them. Now, y'all, as the divine feminine, we are bowing to the divine goddess. And I told y'all, this is for the spiritual benefit of all. But at the end of the day, if you want to do our Father's prayers, do our Father's prayers. Okay, whatever if your husband wants to follow, like I told y'all, my husband read the Bible every day. He read the Bible every day. And at the end of the night, we do our fathers. In the morning time, we read the Bible. But I'm still doing this. You get what I'm saying? But that's the spiritual benefit of all. That's something that we're still following. You can follow multiple gods, multiple visions of the divine mother, the divine father, the divine brother. You can go any which way you want. Do you understand? I really hope y'all understand that. Okay? Any religion that tells you like, oh, you can't do this and do that, that's not the religion for you. You can do it all. You can do it all. I'm going to be real honest with y'all. That's why, you know, like, I guess that's why I couldn't stick with voodoo, because I'm like, okay, I have Urzuli Dantur, but I can't put Urzuli Dantur and Urzuli Frida and I can't have Urzuli Dantur, Urzuli Frida and my other deities around. Like, it's a rule. They get upset, they get mad, they want to punish me. Why am I being punished when I'm devoted to all? If I'm doing this for the spiritual benefit of all, why am I being punished? Do you understand? I'm not doing this to manipulate, to to attack. It just didn't, that was the only thing that wasn't sitting right with me. When Eshu told me that he couldn't be with me, it was literally because I was going with another pantheon. And he knew that. And he was like, all right, I'm good. You good. I'm always going to be here for you if you ever want to come back. But I can't be with you. And I didn't understand it at the time. I ain't even gonna lie, I didn't understand it at the time. I'm like, why my issue don't want to be with me? You understand? Like, why doesn't my issue want to be with me? And it literally is conversations that you have with elders, and they will tell you like this. If an elder say, yes, I can initiate you, you need to be initiated, right? It's okay to ask questions. Why do you want to be my doctor? Why do I need to come to you? If you can't ask your spirit team, why this, why that, you at the wrong doctor house, okay? I did that reading for y'all too. I did that reading. The right doctor. You want a family, right? You want a family. You want to go with the spirit team where you're a family, not where you are, the people around you, they don't have to practice the same pantheon as y'all, right? My mama is a Bible-beating Christian. She a Bible-beating Christian, okay? Church, all of that. Day in, day out. She just sent me some of her little church pictures today. She going on a women's conference. I'm like, all right, I'm going to help you get there. What you wearing? She like, girl, I don't need no clothes. I just need to get there. You get what I'm saying? I support that. That's family. That's family. If my sister want to do something else, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna go see. I'm gonna go check out and see what she doing. You know, if she invite me into that, I'm gonna go check it out and see what she doing. If I'm doing something, she gonna come check it out and see what I'm doing. You get what I'm saying? That's family. But the ones that are like, that's the Bonnie, what she doing over there, or this is that, or that, that's not my family. That's not my family. That's not my family. It's not. And nobody can make them be my family either. I already know that. Like, the Divine Mother has already told me, I'm going to present, they may be your brother and sister in the spirit, but when it comes to, like, actually in the physical, who you supposed to help and who you not supposed to help, let me show you. Let me show you. Okay? You don't got to attack them, but let's pray with our children. Let's pray with our children, and let's teach our children to be leaders, okay? If you're, if you have daughters, I suggest you lead it in prayer, and you teach them, like, y'all kind of alternate or whatnot, and y'all lead in prayer, but still explain this to them, like, you know, if I get a man, he gonna be leading it in prayer. If we have a brother, if you have a brother, well, I'm going to teach him to lead it in prayer. So let's let our sons and our significant other lead us in prayer at nighttime, okay? Now, all right. Now, the last thing. So we did our Durga baths, right? We did our Durga baths. I would love to know, like, how was y'all bath? Did y'all experience anything? I know when I did my bath, I put my head in the water. Like, I put my head in the water, and it's so crazy. I felt like I felt, I'm going to use the word baptized, but I felt renewed. I felt renewed. I heard some things, right? I heard some things. I made the Dia lights with the lemons. They started crackling. They started speaking. One of them went out way quicker than the other one. And then the very last one that went out, it was big. It was tall. It's so funny that when I was getting ready to get out of the bath, I was like, I ain't take no pictures of the setup or anything, right? I just was ready to get in there. I ain't take no pictures of the setup. And I was like, man, I was knocked out afterwards, and the flowers formed a pattern in the water too. Really? What kind of pattern? What kind of pattern? I would like to know. Look, I want to know. It could have just been like a little image for you, right? When I was getting ready to get out the bath, I was like, I didn't take any pictures of the setup or anything, right? So I was like, let me take a picture. Let me take a picture now, right? So I had grabbed my phone and I went to go take a picture, and I had, because I left 3 roses. Okay, so I got a dozen roses, and I left 3 of them out as an offering to put on my altar for the Divine Mother. It looked like a pinwheel when my eyes was closed. Once I acknowledged it, they separated. Oh, wow. Yep, just for you. I'm going to say something about the wheel, too. I'm going to say something about the wheel. Hold on a second. But when I was getting out, I had, I was like, let me go ahead and take a picture. Soon as I took the picture is when the first light went out. Like, soon as I took the picture. And I heard, it didn't happen if you didn't take a picture, huh? And I just cracked up. I just started cracking up, and I was like, it did happen, but I'm taking a picture for the thumbnail, right? I was like, I'm going to take a picture for the thumbnail. And when I look back at the picture, I just was like, what is this that I'm looking at? Like, I wanted to erase it. I wanted to erase it so bad. I'm like, I don't even want no evidence. I don't even want no evidence that I did it or nothing. Like, I don't even want to post this online. I didn't want to put it as the thumbnail. I was like, oh my goodness. I just kept feeling like that. I don't know why. I literally kept feeling like that. But I heard Spirit say, it didn't happen if you ain't take no picture, huh? And I just started cracking up. Now, about the pinwheel, right? So today in the DEVÜ Gita that I'm listening to and reading, right before the age of Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga is the age and time that we in right now, where they say religion is being lost, right, to the gods, where a lot of people are being very disrespectful to anyone that wants to do spiritual work at a real level, right? There's a lot of attacks on the spiritual community. So there are a group of women sages. There are a group of sages. Let me not just say women sages, but there are a group of spiritualist sages that they go to Brahma, right? They go to the creator, Brahma, and they're scared. And they're saying, like, how do we avoid the Kali Yuga? So Brahma says, I'm going to create a wheel. WHEEL. I'm going to create a wheel where you and anyone that practice spiritual work that is basically untainted, not a fake guru. You get what I'm saying? Like, anybody that does the work for real, that they will enter into the wheel, right? They can enter into the wheel and they'll be safe. And there's a place in India. It's called, and I looked it up. I'll have to put it. It starts with an A. I think it's like ASIWMA. I think is how it's spelled. ASI, or it's either AISUMA, Asruma, or something like that, right? There's a place where it is believed that you can go and be safe. Like, any sins that you have committed, you will be washed of your sins. Now, the thing is, Yes, this is a physical place, but a lot of us can't actually get there. Now, in the very next chapter, it says that if you take your mind, your consciousness, your state of awareness, right? If you take your mind to a Suma, aka the wheel of Brahma, the wheel, the way of the wheel of the way of Brahma, which is ultimately the creator, you will be safe from any spiritual attacks. And when you look it up on the internet, I'll post a picture of it because I just looked it up. But when you look it up on the internet, it's a circle. It looked like a pool, right? And people literally go there during certain moon times and to wash away their sins. But anywhere that is spiritually, that aligns with the prayer that I had done in the bath. Listen, anywhere where there is spiritually, and like I said, we can't go to certain, the bath was our way of going to these spiritual places. We're going to take more baths and more baths and more baths and wash away all of the sins, the sins of our loved ones, of our fathers before of us, our mothers before us, our generations, like clearing karma, okay? Generations of karma of our ancestors, of ours in general. We're going to be taking more baths, okay? That's so beautiful. That is so beautiful. So beautiful. I love that. I love that. But spirit really was telling me, like, you know what? You don't need a picture. I really didn't. Because honestly, I could have used, I have other pictures of me, you know, of my spiritual baths and stuff. I have other pictures of spiritual baths that I never post. I was like, I could have just used one of those, but I was like, I don't want to be fake and use an old one. Thank you for explaining. I didn't even know it meant anything, but I've thought of it since. Yeah. So that was, I feel like that was just divine, you know, really, not just, but it is a way of telling you. And it's so crazy. I just read that today. That's the chapter before last. And I'm reading about her, the Divine Mother Durga and Shakti Durga, the creators, the preservers. I'm reading about her stories. So that way I could, you know, when they come up, I'm like, all right, this is how the Divine Mother wants to connect to us. This is it. I put my roses in a bath, right? I put my roses in a bag. In a bag. And then I forgot to, because I knocked out after that. Like, I went to sleep. I had the best sleep of my life. I felt so soft. Like, my skin is already soft, right? But I felt super soft. Like, no lotion, no nothing. I felt soft. My hair was wet, and I got right into bed. I wrapped my hair up, and I got right into bed and went right to sleep. And I remember waking up at like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning without no alarm or nothing, because I was like, it's Saturday. I could sleep in. My son said he had basketball at 10 o'clock. I was like, oh, yeah, I'll be up way before that. No alarm or anything. Woke up, and I was like, oh, that was the best sleep of my life. And then I woke up, went back to sleep, right? I woke up, went back to sleep, and when I went back to sleep, I jumped up and was like, it's 9 o'clock. What time is it? My husband is like, it's 8. Like, go to sleep. I was like, no, I got to get up now for real. Because sometimes I wake up, meditate, and go back to sleep. If I don't have nothing else to do, I try to get up, meditate for a few minutes, or at least I've been trying to do the Durga mantra. Okay? I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect at all. And when my week be very busy, it be heck of busy. So on the weekend, on my weekends off, this is my weekend off, y'all. If y'all haven't noticed, okay, it's 4:30. I'm on here. It's 4:30. 4:30. I'll be at work. But it's been very busy. But it's about to get, the load is gonna get a lot lighter. I can feel it. I'm asking for it. So if y'all want to do another bath, y'all can do another bath. Like I said, y'all can do a bath as many times as you want. As many times as you want. You can do it the same way. It's no wrong or right way to do it. I suggested, you know, you want to do a Divine Mother bath every Friday. That's her day. We already looked that up. That's her day. Then so be it. Okay. Just make sure you always make an offering of lemons or something sweet and some red flowers to her. Okay. You can leave out the something sweet if you want, but I mean, sweetness is sweet. Sweetness is sweetness. I didn't tell y'all that before, but you can make an offering of something sweet. Lemons. She loves lemons and limes. So you can use lemons and limes, offering a 1, 3, 5, 9. She likes the number 9. She likes the number 3. So, but definitely red flowers, okay? Red flowers. So our candle should be going for like a week. Okay, so if you want to do another bath while your candle is still going, because I said get a 7-day candle, that'd be good. If you didn't get a 7-day candle, go ahead and get the 7-day candle and do you another bath. All right, so that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. I'm going to do a reading. Okay, I'm going to do a reading, but before I do that reading, I'm about to figure out what my kids is going to eat for dinner. And then I'm going to come back and do a reading for the week. Okay, I'm going to come back and do a reading for the week. Hey. All right, so to just kind of give us an outlook of our week. Plus, I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling very tapped in. So let me figure out what the kids is going to eat, and then I will be back. It's Easter. It's Easter. I don't even know if no places is open, but I had some really good soul food yesterday. I had some really good soul food yesterday. The soul food, it was all sides. I had cabbage, macaroni and cheese, broccolini, yams, fried green tomatoes, and then these soul rolls with macaroni. They had macaroni and cheese and yams. It was like it was a couple things, you know, that I could take away from it. But it was really good. It was really good. They didn't have any cornbread. That was the thing. Okay? They ain't have any cornbread. I was so mad about that. I just don't think that a soul food restaurant should run out of cornbread. How does a soul food restaurant run out of cornbread? That bothered us. But I guess. And potato salad. No potato salad, no cornbread. I'm like, come on. But the food was really good. So let me figure out what these kids about to eat, what I'm about to eat today. So I love you guys. Y'all have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys in a, have a wonderful day. This is a wrap up of lesson number 3. All right. And I'll see you guys in a few. I'm going to put it on my Twitter. Lori, your package should be there tomorrow and Tuesday. Monday and Tuesday. You should be getting 2 packages. Monday and Tuesday. Okay. So yeah, I'm excited for you to get it too. I'm super excited for you to get it. So I'll talk to you guys later. Don't put that over there. Yeah, I don't want to lay on it. And then can you move this jacket? Move that off the thing. So he can lay on that little blanket thingy. Go ahead and throw that jacket in the trash. You could tie that bag and probably put it in there, so that way when we take it down, like that. Yeah. Okay. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Lori, you heard me? Your package should be there tomorrow and Tuesday, so be on the lookout for that. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later. Love y'all. Have a great day. See y'all later for the reading.